Hey there, and welcome to today's Explainer. I want you to imagine, just for a second, that you've just stepped right onto the brightly lit stage of the ultimate mathematics game show. Because today, you aren't just viewers. Nope, you are our star contestants, and you're about to tackle a seriously mind-bending visual puzzle. We're going to test your spatial reasoning, your logic, and your ability to look right past the obvious. So, are you ready to train your brain to see the hidden structures right in front of you? Awesome, let's get started.
Okay, let's dive right into it. Here is your ultimate challenge. I want you to find the hidden right angles. You know, those perfect, sharp 90-degree corners, using nothing but your eyes and your logic. Absolutely no tools allowed. No rulers, definitely no protractors, and no cheating. We are relying entirely on pure geometric reasoning for this one.
Just take a look at this puzzle grid. It's kind of like a crazy 2D maze, just packed with intersecting lines, diagonals, and all sorts of random polygons. I'm going to give you a few seconds to really stare at it. Let your eyes wander all over those intersections. If you had to make a totally wild guess right now, how many 90-degree angles do you think are actually locked inside this thing? 10? 20? Maybe 100? Go ahead, shout your guess out loud right now. Whoa, stop right there. Seriously, put away that imaginary protractor. If you're sitting there trying to count every single tiny intersection one by one, oh man, you are doing this the hard way. You see, when computers solve puzzles like this, they don't do it by blind counting. They use computational thinking. They look for rules, they look for patterns, and they look for structural shortcuts. And today, we are going to use our very own geometric cheat code to solve this whole puzzle in a fraction of the time. So our cheat code relies on a really simple rule of geometry. A rectangle and its special little cousin, the square, are quadrilaterals where every single internal angle is exactly 90 degrees. Think about what that actually means for our puzzle. If you can spot just one rectangle or square hiding in that messy grid, you haven't just found one right angle. No way. You've automatically found a package deal of 4 90-degree angles all at once. Notice how both the rectangle family and the square family share this totally magical trait. For the rectangle, all the angles are 90 degrees, and the opposite sides are equal. And for the square, well, all the sides are equal, and all the angles are 90 degrees. Basically, both of these families are perfectly packaged sets of 4 right angles, just waiting to be found. All right, so we're completely shifting our game plan. Instead of squinting at the screen and trying to measure those tiny, confusing little intersections where the diagonals cross, we're going on a hunt for hidden quadrilaterals. That's right, our new mission is simple. Find every single rectangle and square inside the grid. And remember the golden rule here. If we find the shapes, the angles will literally just take care of themselves. Let's actually put this to the test. I want you to look super closely at the top left corner of our original grid. Can you spot the very first hidden shape? I'm going to give you 3 seconds. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Lock in your answer. Let's see if you found it.
And bam! This brilliantly illustrates our whole strategy. Notice how the outlines reveal the true shapes hiding in there? Suddenly, right out of the chaos of all those intersecting lines, the true structures just emerge. Those overlapping lines really try to trick our brains into seeing weird triangles and random polygons, but the moment you focus on the parallel lines, the rectangles literally just jump right out at you. Now we can organize our hunt systematically to build up our final count. Starting with those top left diagonals, we find shapes 1 and 2. Then, tucked right inside that top section, there are 2 small inner squares, that's 3 and 4. Moving our way down, we've got the big square base making up number 5. That lower middle section actually splits into 2 rectangles, which gives us 6 and 7. Over on the right side, there's a tall pillar divided into shapes 8 and 9. And finally, you absolutely can never forget the most obvious one that's hiding right in plain sight, the massive outer frame itself. That big guy is shape number 10. You did it! You successfully navigated the visual maze and found all 10 hidden rectangles and squares. Your logical thought process is absolutely spot on. Now, lock in your final answer for the game show, because it is time to transition from our geometric spotting to a little bit of math magic so we can calculate our final score. Here is the incredibly simple 2-step algebraic reasoning we're going to apply. Step 1, we take the total number of hidden rectangles we just found, which is 10. Step 2, we multiply that by our cheat code rule. Since every single rectangle or square contains exactly 4 90-degree angles, we just multiply 10 by 4. Which brings us to our grand total, 40. There are exactly 40 90-degree right angles hidden within that complex grid.
Give yourself a massive round of applause if you guessed that right from the start, or honestly, even if you just followed the logic to get us there. So what does this all actually mean? The absolutely crucial point here, and by the way, this is something that extends far beyond just fun math puzzles, is the difference between working hard and working smart. If you used brute force, trying to isolate and measure every single tiny intersection where those lines cross, you definitely get confused, you'd double count some angles, and you'd probably miss others entirely. It's just exhausting. But by using logic, a little computational thinking, and the trusty properties of quadrilaterals, we turned a totally chaotic image into a simple, elegant equation. 10 rectangles times 4 angles. Let's look back at that original puzzle grid one more time. Wild, right? Notice how completely differently your brain processes it now? Before, it was just a chaotic jumble of black lines on a white background. But now, you literally can't help but see the hidden structure. You see the rectangles, you see the right angles, you see the mathematical order hiding right behind all that visual noise. You literally just trained your brain to look at it with completely new eyes. You've mastered the 90-degree challenge like a true game show champion. But wait, I really can't let you go without a little cliffhanger to chew on. Look super closely at those diagonal lines cutting through the squares. We found the right angles, but how many tiny, sharp, acute angles are hiding in there? Ooh, I'm going to leave that one for you to figure out. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer today. Keep exploring and keep looking for the hidden math all around you.